Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and I am both super excited and a little bit disappointed to be bringing you this community transmission update. We obviously just got the brand new community transmission, which we've all been waiting for, that talks about what we're going to get for the next 2 months. So of course that is the rest of August, or the August update at least, and then September as well, and even some of the content that's going to be coming later in the year. So I'm not going to waste too much time here. There's so much to go over, including new reinforcements, new maps, things like that are going to be coming in the future. There's a lot to go over, so I'm going to jump right into it. Make sure you smash a big thumbs up for this CT because it is a good one, and I will get right to it. So the first thing we are going to jump into is, of course, you guys will see it on screen right here. The Clone Commando is here. Now I'm going to go over all the details for the Clone Commando. He has been officially confirmed, and I'm super excited to see it. I will be going over all his abilities in just a few minutes here. I'm going to get to some of the other stuff that's set for August first, and then I will get into the September content. But starting off, we are getting the interior of the capital ships for Heroes vs Villains. That's right, the Separatist Dreadnought and the Republic Venator becoming playable in HVV. Since the release of Capital Supremacy, this edition has been highly requested, and the team is incredibly happy to be adding them to the rotation. So there you go, guys, HVV for the interior capital ships. Speaking of capital ship interior changes, the assault on the capital ship will be receiving some tweaks. It'll continue to have 2 sub-phases, but they are both evolving. Once you've breached the enemy ship, you have 5 minutes to destroy it before the action returns to the ground. In order to destroy the ship, you must first capture one of 2 available command posts located on the ship, and if you succeed in that, your team will gain an additional 5 minutes and be able to fire on the enemy target. Any damage caused to the enemy target will be persistent, meaning if you fail in destroying it fully, you can pick right back up when you left off in subsequent assault attempts. So basically a 5-minute timer for the first objective once you get onto the capital ship, and then another 5 minutes to destroy the objective, and if you don't get this done, then you can return later and continue working away at it. Now those are just some small changes. This is actually a potentially really big and cool change for Capital Supremacy, and I'm just going to read it straight off the community transmission. It says, following the trend of making updates to Capital Supremacy, we're bringing a much requested and beloved feature into the game through our new contextual spawning system. You will be able to spawn on dynamical tactical assets on the battlefront, starting with command posts in Capital Supremacy and instant action. Once you've been defeated in battle, you will be presented the squad spawn menu as normal alongside your squad members. You will now be presented with a list of command posts to spawn onto as well. You will have the ability to spawn onto any command post that your team has currently captured, even if it is being contested. Now, you can spawn on any command post as long as your team is in full control. You will spawn close to the command post at one of the preset spawn locations that is contested but under your team's control. You will spawn a little further away from the command post at one of the preset spawn locations, but it will still be in close vicinity from what I can tell. You will not be able to spawn on a command post if it's under the enemy team's control, even if your team is contesting it, and also if it is a neutral command post that is yet to be captured, you cannot spawn there either. So some cool changes there to Capital Supremacy. I'm really glad they're looking at bringing in spawning on command posts. Makes it much better, and it seems a little bit more like the original Battlefront 2 where you could spawn on those command posts. Now, getting into a little bit of juicier announcements from this CT, they are bringing 3 brand new appearances for the B1 Battle Droid this month, and I'm going to be posting pictures of all 3 of them up on screen for you guys. The first one is the pilot appearance, which is very cool in the blue sort of skin. I'm really looking forward to this. It gives a lot of diversity to the B1 droids. The second one is going to be called the jungle appearance, where you get kind of a camo striped look to your B1 Battle Droid, and the third one is called the training battle droid. Now, this is pretty much the battle droids that they used to spar against on Commando, so this is really cool to have in the game. I'm excited to get some mixture in the skins for the B1s. It does say that you will also be able to choose the default appearance and the Geonosis base appearance for the B1 should you choose so. So now we have 5 possible skins you can choose from for the B1 battle droid, and that has me very excited because they were getting very vanilla. So I'm glad to have it here, and it's a good announcement to start off. Now we're just getting started. Things are going to be warming up. Let's get into the content for September, and this is where it gets really juicy. In September, they have a new large scale map, 2 new ways to play, a new reinforcement, and a community challenge for one of the most requested appearances to date. We're still over a month away from release, but they are currently targeting a deployment date of September 25th. So mark your calendars. The September update is scheduled for the 25th as of right now, but it could be subject to change. Anyways, getting into the meat and potatoes of it, we are looking at Felucia. The Separatists' invasion of Felucia is nearing its end, with only a single powerful vehicle left to cover the evacuation of a Felucian farming community. The clones struggle to maintain their last line of defense long enough for Republic transports to collect a large cache of valuable medicinal plants from the village. As the droids advance towards the clones' position, the squad chooses to go on the offense, destroying the dreadnought responsible for the attack. However, the droids have a plan of their own: ensure the Republic can't escape with the plants by bringing down their Venator. Similar to the other capital supremacy maps, Felucia is broken up into multiple areas with a set theme for each command post. Themes range from the traditional Felucian farm, a cave that used to be inhabited by an indigenous rancor, or the remnants of the mighty Sarlacc. So some really cool sounding spawn points there for capital supremacy on Felucia. I'm really excited to test it out, and it looks like that is going to be coming on September 25th. Now, we're going to get into some of the PvE stuff that we knew was going to be announced with this community transmission. The first thing is 4-player co-op. That's right, you're going to be teaming up with 3 other friends for co-op missions in Battlefront 2. Now, in September, 4-player online co-op is coming to Battlefront. For this experience, you will team up with 3 other players for a large-scale PvE adventure. You can choose to play as either the Galactic Republic or the Separatist Alliance, and partake in massive battles on all 5 Clone Wars planets in Battlefront 2. Depending on what faction you've selected, the experience on each planet will be different. For example, the droid army will be invading the planet of Naboo, while defending if the battle moves to Geonosis. If you decide to play as the clone army of the Republic, the roles will be reversed on each planet. In co-op, all troopers, reinforcements, vehicles, heroes, and villains will be available to play. However, the same is true for the AI, and this is where it gets really interesting, guys, as the new AI system introduced in Capital Supremacy has been expanded upon to also feature vehicles, heroes, and villains in co-op. That's right, in this new game mode, you will be playing against AI, vehicles, heroes, and villains, as well as reinforcements. So that's potentially very exciting. I'm curious to see how they go with the AI controlled heroes, because I think lightsaber heroes could get quite tricky, but I am excited to see how it goes nonetheless. So some key points to take away from this: it is a PvE experience, so players versus environment. Players take on both attacking and defending roles. The AI play as attackers or defenders, including reinforcements, vehicles, and heroes. You can play as troopers, reinforcements, vehicles, and heroes, and it will be available for all Clone Wars era maps to start. The next PvE mode we are looking at is called Instant Action, and they're happy to announce that Instant Action is making a return to the Battlefront franchise. They think it's something a number of you will really like. Each month we've seen the comments about a large-scale game mode that can be enjoyed with a single-player environment. We know that solo players matter and can confirm it's real, and it's arriving in September. In this mode, both teams are fighting over 5 command posts similar to Capital Supremacy, holding a majority of them until your team's score reaches 100% to win the game. So again, a single player large combat experience, fight to control command posts similar to Capital Supremacy, fighting alongside AI and against AI, and the enemy team will be made up of all of the above: troopers, reinforcements, heroes, and vehicles. You can spawn on command posts using the new contextual spawn system and controlling a majority of the spawn posts until your score reaches 100% to win the round. You also have the ability to choose whether you play light or dark side, and it can be played offline without the need for an internet connection. Alright, now, all of that is out of the way. That mode sounds really cool. Same with the PvE experience that is going to be 4-player co-op. But check this out. We actually got some GIFs of animations of the clone commando right here. And I know you guys have been waiting for this. Most of you probably skipped from the start of the video to this point because I know it is quite a long one. And we have a look at the clone commando. Check this guy out. He looks absolutely amazing. And along with these GIFs comes the information that says, as one of the most elite forces within the Grand Army of the Republic, the clone commandos would come to be respected by allies and feared by enemies. With conflict raging across the galaxy, the Republic organized the commandos into squads, who quickly became a pivotal resource in the ongoing war effort against the Separatists. Now, we do get a shot of the GIF here of the clone commando, which looks very cool, and it does say the ability to switch from blaster to grenade provide the clone commando with a great deal of versatility, allowing him to adapt to the situation ahead of him. It says, we've been waiting for this moment for a while now, and the arrival called the Clone Commando is almost upon us. We think you're going to absolutely love playing as them, and for an added cool factor, you'll actually see the Commando making the change from primary fire to grenade himself. In addition, we've added all the necessary animations to ensure we stay as close to the source materials as possible. So here's the info for the Clone Commando. The primary weapon is of course going to be the DC-17M repeating blaster rifle. His left ability is going to be called Anti-Armor Attachment, which reconfigures the DC-17M into a grenade launcher that fires up to 3 small grenades with high efficiency against vehicles and shields. Now that ability sounds awesome. All you vehicle spammers better watch out, because I am hunting you all down with the Commando when I get my hands on him, because these grenades sound awesome. Anything that has a good job taking out vehicles, I'm all for, so bring it on. The right ability is going to be called Repulsor Blast. This discharges a short range shockwave that temporarily disorients enemies and knocks them back. So it sounds similar to Boba's concussion rocket. I think that's what they mean by disorient the enemy and then knocking them back like they would if they got force pushed. That sounds like a really cool ability, and I think it could come in handy. The middle ability is called Battle Focus, and it activates a damage protection aura for the Commando and nearby allies. Additionally, any damage the Commando deals to enemies replenishes his base health. So that's basically a health on kill ability with a damage protection aura. That sounds really effective, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play as the Clone Commando from reading these abilities. Now, one more thing before I get into the final big announcement. They have actually said here, we will be getting an appearance challenge for Farm Boy Luke. I'm assuming it's going to be Farm Boy Luke, because it does say we will have the chance to unlock a highly requested appearance, and more details will follow closer to the challenge, but we have a sneaking suspicion that fans of Luke Skywalker and Star Wars A New Hope will enjoy this one. Now, if you're anyone in the Star Wars universe and anyone in the Battlefront 2 community, you're assuming this is going to be Farm Boy Luke, because that was the first thing that popped into my head, and I'm sure it's the first thing that popped into yours when reading this as well. So that is really cool, but that is just the beginning. Check out what it says next on the roadmap. It says, as we move through the remainder of the year, we will have new reinforcements, appearances, and a brand new front menu system, which allows you to play the era of your choosing. So era selection is going to become a thing. But not just that, it then goes on to say we will also be working towards the release of content inspired by Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker. That's right, guys. Episode 9 content confirmed. This is going to be something we are going to be getting later in the year. And it says, while we don't go into exact specifics with no spoilers, we can confirm that we will be building a new planet, some new reinforcements based on the conclusion to the galaxy-spanning Skywalker saga. So new reinforcements as well as a new planet from Star Wars Episode 9 will be coming to Battlefront 2, and this has me super excited. Now, I haven't been a huge fan of The Last Jedi, but I think Episode 9 could be really cool, especially if we are getting a planet and reinforcements for Battlefront 2. I am absolutely all for it. Now, I did say at the start of the video, I was a little bit disappointed, and that is because we had no heroes announced in this community transmission. Fingers are crossed that they do announce something at some point, but I really don't think we're getting anything just yet. This has me a little bit upset. I would have loved to have seen Ahsoka and Ventress be announced in this CT, but we can't have everything. There is still a good chunk in this. Felucia, Commandos, 2 PvE modes, the new Episode 9 content that's going to be coming in the future, and a bunch of other stuff. Droid skins. This is a big CT. There was a lot in here, and this was probably a really long video. So I'm hyped nonetheless. A little disappointed about no heroes being announced, but hopefully we get that at some point. Anyways, leave a big thumbs up if you're excited for all this new content that's going to be coming over the next 2 months. I know I certainly am, and I hope you guys are as well. Anyways, this was a super long video. I am going to get out of here now. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I am the Twisted Jedi, and may the Force be with you always.